Warning: this video is gonna contain disturbing content. Viewer discretion advised. Number 5. My great aunt is 96 years old and is in great shape. She is around 5 foot tall and skinny. She walks her dog every night, and she told me about an encounter she had recently. It was around 9 at night. It is winter time, so she is wearing a big coat and hat. And a van that had been parked on the street turned on after she passed it. It slowly drove up behind her, and as it passed, she heard a male voice say, "Never mind, I thought she was young," and then drove away, and it didn't come back. She called the cops, but didn't catch the license plate, so the cops told her there was nothing that they could do. So van creepers, let's hope you never meet anyone ever again. Number 4. This happened when I was around 10 years old. I was quite the tomboy. When I was younger, playing soccer with the guys, climbing trees, and so on. So playing with a dude, regardless of age, was pretty much normal for me. They never crossed any boundaries. My family and I went to visit one of my mother's friends, Amy. She was a nice lady that lived in an apartment complex in the city and introduced my sister and I to other children that we could play with. This is how my younger sister and I became friends with Faith and her brother, I can't remember his name. They lived one floor up, but the day that we went to visit Amy, they were already there waiting for us. We played around in Amy's house, Monopoly, etc., while the adults chatted over tea. You know how adults get when they start talking. They ramble on and on to a child. The conversation seems to go on forever. All of us were tired of being locked up inside the house, so we went outside and wandered the corridors while talking. Faith's brother was around 17 at the time, so that's why we got permission to wander out in the corridors, but not too far from the apartment. He was supposed to keep an eye on us. Anyway, it got to the point where he would lift each of us up over his head and spin us around before putting us back on the ground. It was fun for a while, until he picked me up and hung me over his shoulder, like a sack of potatoes, and I felt something that made my 10-year-old self freeze in shock. He had lightly grazed his hand over my ass. He didn't exactly grope me, but cupped me and moved his hand upward, but it was done with enough pressure for me to feel the sensation through my track pants. I was alarmed but brushed it off as an act of accident. Maybe his hand slipped or something, you know. That was a mistake. Later on, my sister and Faith ran off together to play, and I was left alone with him. I still remember it clearly, as if it had happened to me yesterday. He somehow got me down a dark corridor that had no exit, and for some reason, we were crouching. He was right in front of me, so he blocked my escape route. He leans forward and whispers, "Hey, do you want to see my thing?" I froze in terror. I may have been a child, but I knew exactly what he was talking about. Afterwards, we didn't see Faith or her brother, and whenever my mother went to visit Faith's mother, I would always make up an excuse to not go along. I loathed the idea of running into him, and I still do. What if he gets the courage to finish what he started? He was a big guy at 17, so if he tried to restrain me, I wouldn't be able to fight him off. To this day, my parents still don't know what happened. I don't intend to tell them either. I still feel as if in some small way it was my fault, even though I was just a child. I had confided my sister once, in about 2 years ago, and she started laughing at me. So possible petal, let's not meet again. I was about 12 or 13 when this happened. I'm a dude for context. My parents and cousin and I went for a road trip. I think it was Williamsburg and Busch Gardens. I was well known for being the one to want to go to the toilet first, and I decided I'd wait until someone else did. My dad finally admits he has to pee, so we stop at the next rest stop. At this point, my bladder was holding back more water than the Hoover Dam, so I took off like a bullet for the bathroom. Once I came back to the car, I waited for the rest of the family to show up. This is when a creepy white guy, with one of the weirdest smiles I've ever seen, appears from his car. He starts with, "You really took off running, didn't you? I don't think I'd be able to catch you." I didn't really respond to him, which he took as a go ahead, I assume, and added, "I'm going to teach you how to kiss. Would you like that?" I told him I'd get my parents and have them call the police. So he got in his car after cursing me out and drove off. So, creepy rest stop, man. Let's not meet again. My town is pretty small and friendly. I can't imagine any bad things happening. But when I was My town was pretty small and friendly. I can't imagine anything bad happening. It was a summer day when I was 11. I was riding my bike back home after yoga class. I get off the main street. A beat-up white truck with tinted windows follows me. At first I thought he was just going down the same street as me, but as I turned left and he turned right and stopped, backed up and started going my direction, me being an 11-year-old who's scared shitless, I started pedaling to random-ass places, trying to get away, but he was always tagging behind. I remember that near my house there was a steep hill and a road that went to my house. I finally lost him after that, but it cost me a bunch of scratches on my ankles from bushes on the road. So creepy-ass truck guy, let's not meet again. So, around the beginning of the year, my teacher told us about a story how she babysat some lady's kid. The mom told my teacher her name was Jennifer, and that the dog only barks when something's wrong. The mom recently got a divorce, and the husband desperately wanted custody of the daughter. So the mom left, and it began storming. Jennifer and the little girl were sitting in the living room. They had a big glass door, so when lightning struck, they saw into the woods behind the house. Then the dog started barking. Jennifer and the girl ran upstairs into the mother's bedroom and hid under the bed. The girl explained to Jennifer that it was her father. They hid under there for a while. Then they saw the husband's boots right in front of the bed. They sat in silence. Then he left the room. Later another foot appeared. It wasn't the father's. It was the mother's. Jennifer grabbed the foot and crawled out with the daughter, explaining what had happened. When the police came, they walked around the house and saw the father's muddy boot prints. I don't think they ever found him. So creepy teacher's friend's daughter, father, let's not meet. Hello everybody, I hope you enjoyed that top 5 more creepy ass let's not meet stories. And yeah, so thanks for watching that video anyway, and I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe for more and like the video for more videos of me. Share this video around, and as always, thanks for watching.